my topic of presentation is a study of rhetorical politeness in Nelson Mandela's speech at Harvard University. My name is Dharmendra Kumar Mishra from the English and Foreign Languages University. I am doing a PhD in linguistics and phonetics. In this present study, I studied rhetorical and politeness strategies that Nelson Mandela applied in his speech. So before going to the analysis and methodology part, I would like to know you to know that what is rhetoric or oratory. Oratory is a powerful tool, an effective tool that is used for communication, and in this, oratory informs, eulogize, condemn, persuade, and motivate the audience. Classifying oratory, Aristotle in his great work, Rhetoric, classified oratory in three parts: deliberative oratory, epidectic oratory, and forensic oratory. Deliberative oratory deals with the subjects like defense, politics, and has the main purpose of persuading the audience to think and act in certain way. For instance, political speeches, wartime speeches, and motivational speeches, as we hear. Going to epidectic oratory. Epidectic oratory deals with subjects like commemoration, eulogizing people or institutions. Such speeches are delivered on the formal occasions such as inauguration, convocation, coronation. And the speech under study is also an example of epidectic oratory, as the purpose of this speech is thank and express gratitude towards the Harvard University for conferring a degree on Nelson Mandela. Forensic oratory. Forensic oratory deals with legal discourses like accusation and defense in the court of law. Its main purpose is to prove or falsify certain claims. For instance, courtroom discussions that we hear in television or in courtrooms. So, after knowing about oratory or rhetoric, I would like you to know that what is politeness. Ewell defines politeness as the means employed to show awareness of another person's face. Face is person's self-worth or self-image, that people actually think about himself, what attitude people have about themselves. We should take care of their face, their attitude when we talk to them. Politeness maintains friendly relation and the social equilibrium. Lee says that when we communicate with people, when we do conversation with the people, we should take care of the relation between the communicator and the communicatee. Politeness strategies are complementary to persuasive strategies, as any persuasion is possible only when there is mutual trust and rapport between the speaker and the hearer. Communicators use politeness strategies to increase their social acceptance and build rapport with the audience. So by seeing the definitions of politeness, we know that politeness plays a great role in communication to make our communication complementary. After knowing communication, oratory and politeness, let's know Nelson Mandela. We all have heard about Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was the first president of South Africa. He served in the office of president from 1994 to 1999. He was a lawyer, anti-apartheid revolutionary, a philanthropist, and political leader. The first president elected in fully representative democratic election in the South Africa after that anti-apartheid movement ended. In the struggle of championing the cause of anti-apartheid movement to free the South African country, he was imprisoned for 27 years for the treason. Nelson Mandela was awarded many prestigious awards and honors like Nobel Peace Prize in 1993, Lenin Peace Prize in 1990, and Bharat Ratna in 1990. He was also awarded many doctorate degrees from many prestigious universities, and the speech that is under study is as a result of his conferring of doctorate degree from Harvard University. In this speech, Nelson Mandela also talked about his political views, and Nelson Mandela delivered this speech on the occasion of receiving an honorary degree from Harvard University in 18 September 1998. The speech was delivered in front of an august gathering at Telcentury Theatre of the university. The speech is 22 minutes long and it contains 69 sentences in 1961 words in total. Methodology. So in my methodology, I actually used multi-model approach to analyze the data, the speech, and in this model, I have used Aristotle's theory of persuasion and politeness theory of Leach, Brown, and Levinson. Aristotle, in his famous Rhetoric, describes the means of persuasion, namely ethos, logos, and pathos. Ethos means establishing the trustworthiness of the speaker, and trustworthiness of the speaker can be established by sharing a common goal and showing association with the audience and mentioning good deeds of past or future. And the strategy of logos means appeal to audience's logic, because we are rational creatures, humans are rational creatures, and since they are rational, they cannot believe anything. So they need a logical argument to believe anything. Pathos, the strategy of pathos is used to appeal to audience's emotions. For this purpose, the speaker uses emotional stories or emotional incidents that appeal to the audience, and this affects the audience. Going to the politeness theories, first we will discuss Leach's maxim of politeness. Leach gave this maxim of politeness in 1983, in which he gave 6 politeness maxims. The first one is tact maxim. The tact maxim says minimize cost to other and maximize benefits to other. The generosity maxim talks about maximize the cost to self and minimize benefits to self. The approbation maxim says maximize praise of other and minimize dispraise of other. The modesty maxim says minimize the praise of self and maximize the dispraise of self. The sympathy maxim says that maximize sympathy between self and other and minimize antipathy between self and other. The final maxim is the agreement maxim. This maxim says maximize agreement between self and other and minimize disagreement between self and other. Brown and Levinson, 1987, they talked about a phase theory, where they talked like the politeness, that we should take care of others. When we talk, we should take care of other people's face. And by face, he means the self-image of people we talk to. Their theory of politeness says that one must acknowledge and have the awareness of the face, the self-image of the people one addresses. It is believed across cultures that speakers should respect each other's public self-image, take care of their feelings into consideration, and do not do the face-threatening acts. When face-threatening acts cannot be avoided, negative politeness strategies can be used to reduce and redress the threat that maintains hearers' negative face by showing concern of their freedom, time, and things. The positive politeness can also be used to redress the FTAs. A person's positive face is his desire of being liked, accepted, and admired by others. Positive politeness includes speakers' act of showing love, concern, acceptability for the hearer and appreciating their actions. Now we'll come towards the action, analysis part. The speech is divided into 6 parts because it has 6 clear goals of the speech. The speaker shares 6 goals, so I divided the speech into 6 parts. In the first part, the speaker tries to connect to the audiences, and for this purpose, the speaker uses a very famous strategy, that is addressing the audience by name and designation. As yes.
Hello. Yes. 2 more minutes to finish.
So, so I cannot describe all the analysis parts. So, coming to the discussion part, this analysis shows that Mandela mainly focuses on 4 things. Firstly, he connects and builds rapport with the audience, which is very necessary for any speaker to realize the goal of the speech. For this purpose, he uses rhetorical and politeness strategies. Under rhetorical strategies, he uses ethos to establish trustworthiness by mentioning trustworthy persons like George Washington, George Eliot, Winston Churchill, and George Washington, and showing good intentions of promoting justice and equality. To build rapport, he uses light humor and rhetorical strategies of addressing the audience by name and designation. When great speakers like Mandela use humor, it breaks psychological defenses and brings the speaker and the audience on the common platform. He uses positive politeness strategies when he enhances audience's positive face by acknowledging their role in his in people's fight for freedom and equality. Second, Mandela shows gratitude and thanks Harvard University for conferring upon him the honorary PhD. For this purpose, he uses positive politeness by praising its quality education and its role in social reformation. He builds rapport with the host by using maxima of approbation when he praises the project of emerging Africa. Thirdly, he criticizes the existing world economic system and suggests the need for reconceptualization for better precepts of economics. For this purpose, he uses the rhetorical strategy of logos for presenting the facts and figures and logical construction of arguments. Fourthly, he appreciates the host, that is the Harvard University, as a part of his strategies of positive politeness. He appreciates Harvard University for its long association with the contribution and in the development of South Africa. Finally, he concludes his speech by inviting the audience to collaborate in building a world of equal opportunities. He closes his speech with a light use of humor which endears him to the audience. In this way, the rhetorical strategies and politeness strategies are merged together in Nelson Mandela's speech. So now I'll tell you the conclusion. On the basis of analysis, it can be said that Nelson Mandela is a seasoned orator who understands the audience well. He strategically uses rhetorical and politeness strategies, keeping in mind the importance of audience, occasion, and context. In this speech, Nelson Mandela uses positive politeness when he appreciates the host and the audience. He uses humor to build rapport with the audience. And in all cases, his humor is at the cost of self, which is considered polite to Leach's generosity maxim. He uses Aristotelian strategy of ethos when he mentions his age, seniority, and shows association with the prominent alumni of Harvard University. He hardly has any need to establish his trustworthiness as a social and political stature. Humor seems to be his favorite emotion in his oratory, which he uses very skillfully. The strategies of Logos enables him to question existing precepts of world economy, which are biased in the favor of the rich. He invites the USA and other developing countries of the world to revise these economic precepts and establish a world order of equal opportunities. Nelson Mandela's oratory has natural flow of thought and ease of expression, which is very rare in the speech of other politicians. Thank you.